by name. You know what I'm saying? Who don't want to be called by name? Just finished eating. I'm a little bloated. I'm a little bloated, I ain't gonna lie. What up, what up? 1738. What's good, what's good? We got everybody up in the bitch. Up in the bitch. Yeah, man. Shout out to everybody, man. We're about to give a big shout out to all the members real quick. Shout out to all the members. We got Nick, we got Holla Girl, we got Epic Service, Misty Summers, Robin Lynn, Northern Downpour, Kara, Nene, Taylor, Shauna, Driver Thoughts, Neek, Dave, Happy Chick, Wild Turkey, Jamal, Ryan, Sam, Keith, Kenneth, Funny Farm, Diesel, Creatively Insane, Aaron, Liz, Nugget, My Hood Life, and Gary Willis. Gang, 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 gang. You dig what I'm saying? Shout out to all of those amazing individuals, man. If you guys want to join those amazing, fantastic people with the membership situation, think about hitting that join button down below. Got 3 different options to choose from, so hopefully there's something down there that fits your fancy. If not, it's okay. It's okay. Because it's free 99 to subscribe and hit that bell notification, and it helps your boy out tremendously. Hey, you know what I'm saying? That was like some poetry shit. Anyways, man. Let's go ahead and jump into this video. I need to go I need to get a tissue real quick, blow my nose. You know, blow my nose real quick. And then we about to jump into this. But we about to watch the dumbest lottery ticket winners of all time. And we're going to talk about it. You dig what I'm saying? Let me hit that full screen. Let me grab a tissue real quick and blow my nose. And then let's get into it. Grab your drink. Grab your, you know, everything you need. Because we got to get lit. That's what. Liddy! A million. Yeah. All right, my bad. What up, Robin? My bad, players. Let's do this.
From accidentally throwing a £3 million lottery ticket in the bin to spending an entire $16 million prize in under 90 days. These are the absolute dumbest lottery winners of all time, beginning with Jose Antonio Cuartoc, who almost lost his entire lottery fortune after getting someone else to claim the money for him. You see, when Jose won the $750,000 jackpot back in 2010, he was living in the US illegally, so Jose asked his boss to claim the prize on his behalf, as he feared he couldn't claim the money without potentially facing legal trouble and deportation. This worked out perfectly until—
Shit, though. If you, like, why would that— Shit. At that point, you could go back to Mexico with fucking $750,000 and live like a king if you do it right. I mean, shit. I mean, I don't know that was like a bad thing. Like, shit, get your money, and if they, you know, it caused you some issues, shit, you got $750,000 up.
Jose's boss began to falsely state that he was the one who had actually purchased the ticket. Taking legal action against his boss was risky, given Jose wasn't supposed to be in the country at all. However, given he had security camera footage of him purchasing the ticket, Jose did so and was able to prove that he was the rightful owner to the $750,000 prize. Only $250,000 of this went to taxes, another $250,000 was spent on court fees, and throughout the legal process, Jose was jailed for drunk driving and was deported back to Guatemala as soon as he won the court case. However, at least Jose Antonio Cuartoc got to keep some of his winnings, as Denise Rossi wasn't so fortunate. When Denise won a jackpot of $1.3 million back in 1996...
That would suck. Before we get into this lady, that would suck, bro. Like, I mean, damn. You ended up winning the court case. You know, granted, you wasn't about to get all the money because, you know, obviously he wasn't going to get all the money. You know what I'm saying? Because you got to pay court fees and all that shit. Got to pay taxes, all that shit. But at the end of the day, I mean, $250,000? You know what I'm saying? That's all right. That's all right. That's all right. That'd been all right. You know what I'm saying? As long as you, like, if only you didn't get your dumb ass in trouble. Like, how could you be in this high profile case and everything else and then catch a DUI? Like, come on, bro. Like,
however, at least
Uber,
Jose Antonio
Lyft.
Quartok got to keep some of his winnings, as Denise Rossi wasn't so fortunate. When Denise won a jackpot of 1.3 million back in 1996, she'd been married to Thomas Rossi for over 25 years, yet their relationship was apparently lacking in transparency, as Denise didn't tell her husband about the win, and instead filed for divorce only 11 days after buying the lucky ticket. I was afraid to tell Thomas because I knew he would try to take the money away from me. I went to the Lottery Commission office and told them I was married but contemplating divorce. They told me to file before I got my first check, which I did. Denise was initially successful in hiding the money from her now ex-husband, as for a whole 2 years after their divorce, Thomas had no idea that Denise had ever won the lottery. However, in May 1999, a letter was sent to Thomas's home address asking if Denise was interested in a lump sum buyout of her lottery winnings. This was the first Thomas knew about the lottery prize. He confirmed that Denise was a winner with the California lottery, and given they were still married at the time of the win, Thomas launched a lawsuit stating that he was entitled to half of the prize money. The judge specifically found that Denise's failure to disclose the lottery winnings constituted fraud, oppression, and malice, and as a result, the trial court awarded Thomas 100% of the lottery winnings, which left Denise with less than nothing, considering she also had to pay for her own legal fees. However, Denise...
that's fucked up. I don't agree with that. I do think that it's jacked up that she fucking tried to withhold the shit, and then, you know, I mean, granted, if they was on the way out the door relationship wise, you know, I get why she didn't want to tell this motherfucker, and she was like, fuck that, I'm about to go out in the real, I'm about to go live my best life. Like, I get it, you know what I'm saying? But, like, damn though, like, you can't expect somebody to just not want to go. What up, Lynn Willow? Hey, shout out to Lynn Willow becoming a member again. Gang, 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 gang. But yeah, man, you can't expect him to not want some of that money. You know what I'm saying? But then for the courts to be like, oh, we gonna give you everything because she wanted to be a conniving ass, you know, bitch. Like, damn, I would almost feel bad for her as her ex-husband. Like, oh shit, bitch, I just wanted like a nice little chunk. You know what I'm saying? Maybe like half. Like that was like best case scenario. I was gonna get half of that shit. But damn, these motherfuckers gonna give it all to me? Shit, bitch, it sucked to be you. Like,
loss of 1.3 million was still nothing in comparison to Evelyn Adams. Dubbed the luckiest woman in America, Evelyn Adams became the first person in human history to win the lottery twice. Initially for 3.9 million in October 1985, before winning another 1.4 million only 4 months later. With the probability of this win being approximately 1 in 17.3 trillion, Evelyn seemed to realize that she had no lottery luck left by stating that she was going to quit playing, and instead began to buy various businesses, including the convenience store where the lucky tickets had been purchased. While you could argue that this was a smart move, Evelyn still hadn't fixed her gambling problem, and instead of buying more lottery tickets, she instead took the rest of her winnings to the Atlantic City casinos, where she lost her entire remaining fortune to the slot machines. Without any money left, her businesses failed one after the other, and by 2012, Evelyn was living in a trailer park, while stating to the media, winning the lottery isn't always what it's cracked up to be. Kelly Rogers likely had a similar outlook.
That's crazy. How do you win the lottery twice and then blow through like $5 million in the matter of like, I mean, granted, like, it's not hard to spend money. Like, let's be real. It's way harder to save money. It's way harder to earn money. And it's definitely harder to, like, the hardest to save. Well, I mean, to work and earn and then save money. Like, that's just hard. That's a hard task for a lot of people. But it's definitely not hard to spend money. So I get how, and, you know, and I mean, it's, you know, I get it. Like, you could definitely blow through a lot of money fast. But damn, like, how you start off making good decisions and shit and being like, yeah, I'm going to buy the gas station that I won these lottery tickets from, and then I'm going to buy some other various businesses, because that's, in reality, that's smart, right? Like, buy some businesses that can then start making you money, and you know, you kind of create some self-sustainability and shit, right? Like, that's smart, you know? I think that's what any smart person would do, potentially, is, you know, either start a business or buy a business, or, you know, something to just kind of like give you the opportunity to make money in the future, or, you know, allow your money to work for you. Like, that shit's smart. But what the fuck happened? God damn, how you let your demon beat you up like that? Like, golly, she let her demons whoop her ass when it comes to that gambling.
After winning over £1.8 million at the age of only 16, her life was also ruined. Initially, Kelly stated, "I will not go wild and spend loads. I'm going to take some advice and see an accountant. Hopefully, I will make us all comfortable. I want to help my family, but I won't change. I just want a normal home, nothing posh. I just want a normal car as well." However, as soon as she received the money, Kelly instead spent £11,500 on 2 boob jobs, £300,000 on clothes, makeup, and tattoos, as well as £85,000 on top of the range sports cars. Kelly spent a further £250,000 on holidays to locations including Mexico and Euro Disney, £118,000 on gifts to former boyfriends, £190,000 in unreturned loans to friends and family members.
Shit. I mean, at 16 though, she's dumb. So, I mean, I guess if you was one of her ex-boyfriends, you're an asshole for using this bitch because you knew she wasn't about to be smart with this money. And you an asshole because you knew what you was doing. But damn, you was in the right place at the right time. I ain't gonna lie. You know what I'm saying? You hate the game, not the player. You can't hate the player, bro. You know what I'm saying? You could be mad at the game all day. You could be mad at the game all day. When you choose to play the game, it is what it is. You might get outplayed sometimes. You know what I'm saying? You can't hate the player, but you can hate the motherfucking game because you might get outplayed one day. All right, let's go.
£50,500 on solicitor's fees, all of which being purchased while she was still in high school. Kelly did make a few smart purchases, such as an £180,000 bungalow and a £96,000 home for her mum. However, by the end of the year, Kelly was back to square one, being on welfare with only £2,000 left in her account. Damn. She since stated it was too much money for someone so young. Facts. Even if you say your life won't change, it does, and often not for the better.
Yeah, I just wish I was a bit older at the time of winning it, because I think at 16, you're still just a child, and overnight, you've just got to grow up and become an adult.
Which is probably why she's now an advocate for raising the youth.
You didn't have to up and become an adult. You just didn't have adults in your fucking corner that could have taken care of you. And the reality is shit, the fucking lottery could have had something in place where it's like, yeah, you could play at, let's say, 16, but, you know, maybe there was some sort of like clause where it's like you can't actually access your money until 18, right? Like, get out of school. Like, we don't want kids to be winning money and just quitting life. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's basically what this bitch did. She won the lottery at 16 and was like, shit, I figured it out. Life is good, and I'm gonna be straight for the rest of my life, not realizing that $1.3 million is not shit in like the retrospective things, and not even, you know, dollars. That was pounds, I think. But yeah, still, that ain't enough money to live for the rest of your life unless you make some super duper 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 good ass fucking investments. You know what I'm saying? Like, just saying.
His legal gambling age from 16 to 18. Kelly Rogers certainly spent her money poorly. However, at least she had the chance to spend it, as 25-year-old Amanda Clayton from Detroit was no longer alive by the end of her spending spree. When Amanda won the $1 million jackpot back in 2011, it seemed as though her life had been changed overnight. However, her win quickly became controversial after the media learned that she was still collecting food stamps and benefit payments despite having won the lottery.
Detroit woman is now the second lotto win.
Let's just, look, I definitely feel that. What up, Caleb? Hey, gang, 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 gang. Caleb's a member up in here, bitch. Shout out to my dog, Caleb. We've had 2 members. We had Lynn Willow come back to the member side, you know what I'm saying? The light side, the high side, the best side. And then we've got Caleb joining us for the first time, I believe. I don't think Caleb's been a member before. He's been a long-time fan, but first time I think Caleb's been a member. So shout out to Caleb, man. If y'all want to join these amazing individuals that we call the members, think about hitting out that checking out that join button. You got 3 different options to choose from. I'm just saying. But also cop some merch too. You know that you know, copping some merch helps your boy out tremendously. You dig what I'm saying? So yeah, I'll have to put it in the comment things or whatever. Or if anybody wants to grab the link off of my my IG for me and post it up in the comments, I would appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? I wish I could like pin comments on YouTube. That'd be dope. I don't think you could do that. I don't think. Oh, I can pin. So if somebody wants, oh, excuse me. If somebody wants to put the merch link up down there in the comments for me, I'll pin it up. I'd appreciate it. And yeah, we got 2 new brands too. If you guys want to, well, I'll have to do the butterfly effect. I don't know that I've posted that. Oh, I've posted it on posts. I have posted it on posts. But the high clothing is up. The new high designs, the new designs that I made for the high fam specifically. Those are up. So yeah, we'll get the link for you here in a second. But anyways, bruh, like that shit's crazy. The whole welfare thing. That's why I really stopped. Again, if this chick, like, you could, like, depending on how you look at it, maybe she's smart, right? She won the lottery. She realized, hey, $1 million sounds good, but after taxes, they gonna take, a couple $100,000, right? They're gonna take a few $100,000. Let's be real. So let's say she's left with like $500,000-$600,000 or something of it left, right? That's cool, but shit, that ain't enough to survive on forever. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you just kind of living your life like, shit, I'm still a broke bitch. I'm not losing my welfare. Shit, fuck this. This money about to be put up and put away for the kids. They gonna have to deal with that shit. I'm a broke bitch. Like, maybe she was just like, fuck it. Like, I'm not about to sit here and change my lifestyle up at all. Because why? Like, I'm gonna blow this money and then I'm gonna have to get right back on these benefits and shit. I'm just saying, she could have been thinking preemptively. I'm not trying to condone that shit because, in reality, you get a bunch of money and you still, on government assistance. Like, that's kind of fucked up. You know what I'm saying? But when you look at it from a perspective of someone who maybe doesn't have a whole lot of ambition anyway, that's fucking smart. I'm just saying. I think it's just a way you look at things. You know what I'm saying? Hell no. Most lotteries aren't tax-free, Lynn Willow. Hell no. Most lotteries are definitely not tax-free. I don't know any state that has a lottery that's tax-free. Shit. Right. Look, David's like, nope. Like, what are you talking about? I didn't know that there was any such thing as a lottery that wasn't taxed. I thought all them motherfuckers got taxed. No matter what. Shit. Anyway.
In the state to keep taking food stamps after hitting it big. And Amanda Clayton, who won $1 million and took home a $700,000 lump sum.
See?
24-year-old said.
See? Took home $700,000?
Even though she now owns 2 homes, she figured she was still allowed to use her bridge card.
After being confronted about the behavior, Amanda had the following to say.
I thought that they would cut me off, but since they didn't, I thought maybe it was okay because I'm not working.
And shortly thereafter, she was charged with 2 felony counts of welfare fraud and was ordered to pay back the $5,500 worth of food stamps she'd received. While Amanda quickly paid the $5,500 back, she never got the chance to spend the rest of the money, as only 6 months later she would unfortunately overdose in one of her 2 homes.
He says she was tormented by the fame and the problems that came with winning the lottery.
What's the point of having money if you're not going to have happiness?
He says she didn't want the money anymore and bought things for her family and set up college funds for her children. He says she only had $67,000 of her winnings left.
The end to Amanda Clayton's story was somewhat unexpected.
Damn. That shit's sad. I think this is a true testament to show, like, money will only bring you happiness to an extent, but at a certain point, you have to be prepared to deal with you, right? Like, I think that's the biggest thing. And I think people have to be prepared. Like, if you ever win the lottery, I think you should know already in your mind who you're going to allow to be around you and who you have to cut off. I think that's just a realistic way of looking at things. Like, I think all of us know, like, you could right now probably have 2 or 3 people in mind. If not, let's not even make it that extreme. You at least know one person. I think everybody in this room right now knows at least one person that is not necessarily somebody that's good for them, right? Like, you probably, and you may be like how I am, or, there's a few of us who maybe have already cut off people. You know what I'm saying? I don't mind cutting a motherfucker off. You know what I'm saying? But the reality is, I'm sure we all know people who we would have to let go, right? Like, there's no more, broke reality for us both. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not carrying you along the way. Like, there's certain people you would, right? But there's always that one person like, man, If shit started going good for me and it didn't start going good for you at the same time, I gotta, you know what I'm saying? We gotta part our ways. We gotta part them ways, you know what I'm saying? Because some people aren't meant for you all the way through life. And that's okay. You know, so I think when you win a lot of money, you gotta not only be ready and prepared to deal with yourself and your own demons and shit, but you gotta be willing to cut people off so that you are not fucking being pressured. You know what I'm saying? By like family members and people that are that you're close to, friends or whatever, that aren't necessarily looking out for you and your best interest, right? And your money's best interest. Oh shit, I had a hiccup. I had to burp all at the same time. I told you, I ate a fucking Charlie's Philly cheese sandwich, and I got the large one. And I ate that whole motherfucking thing. Whew, and I'm feeling that shit now. I ain't even gonna lie. I'm feeling that shit. Shit's sitting heavy.
However, a 2-second glance at Ryan McGee is more than enough to predict that this lottery win would eventually end in disaster. After winning £6.4 million back in 2008 at the age of 27, Ryan was placed on the Sunday Times Top 100 Rich List for young people. He purchased a luxury mansion in his home country of Ireland, which featured 5 bedrooms.
The reality is you can't win anything that you don't participate in, right? So if you are not playing the lottery, you automatically can't ever win the lottery. So, yeah, I might need to just start playing the lottery for the fuck of it, just because, like, I mean, I may waste a whole lot of money, but I can't ever win if I don't ever play, so I might need to start playing.
A full champagne bar and a 2-car garage where he kept his brand new Ferrari 458 Italia. However, as you might expect, this is where things began to go terribly. Only 3 years after buying the Ferrari, Ryan slipped off the road, crashing the car into a field, mainly because he was driving in the snow. Locals were amazed Ryan was driving the Ferrari in that weather, especially when he had a more suitable Range Rover he could use. The Ferrari was not understood to be running on winter tires, which, while costing around £4,400, hugely boost grip and handling in icy conditions. Ryan's property development business then dissolved, which was accompanied by a divorce from his wife and the sale of his luxury home. Then, 2 years later, Ryan McGee was pulled over driving an uninsured Ford Focus without a license. However, the most interesting part is that he had to claim legal aid, which is a service for those who are unable to afford a lawyer. Now, Ryan McGee was a complete idiot with his money. However, he still looks like Albert Einstein when compared to Martin Todd. When Martin and his wife Kay won £3 million back in...
That's so nuts. They said that this dude, hold on, he blew through fucking $6 or $7 million. How much
his brand new Ferrari 4...
Hold on. He said... Ryan McGee, how much did he get?
In disaster. After winning £6.4 million back in...
$6.4 million. He won $600,462,000, bro. Which, I mean, after taxes and all that shit, he probably got maybe 3.7 or something, somewhere close to 4 million of it. That's crazy. That's a lot of fucking money to just blow through, bro.
Ryan was placed on the Sunday Times Top 100 Rich List for young people. He purchased a luxury mansion in his home country of Ireland, which featured 5 bedrooms, an indoor swimming pool, a full champagne bar, and a 2-car garage where he kept his brand new Ferrari 458 Italia. However, as you might expect, this is where things began to go terribly. Only 3 years after buying the Ferrari, Ryan slipped off the road, crashing the car into a field, mainly because he was driving in the snow.
And that's so dumb, too. Because, like, something like this car right here, like this particular Ferrari, is not, like, just a bullshit Ferrari that you just don't have. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, this shit had some resale value. This is a F430 Spider. Like, this is not, like, some bullshit little fucking baby fucking Ferrari. Like, this is an expensive-ass Ferrari, bro. Like... I just don't understand.
Amazed Ryan was driving the Ferrari in that weather, especially when he had a
he was one of 6 people in the UK. The jackpot was actually £95 million. Holy shit. And there was 10 people across Europe who won, but there was 6 people who split the jackpot of £95 million. Holy.
Range Rover he could use.
So that means he probably honestly did get that whole $6 million was probably his. That's probably what each of them got after taxes. They probably taxed the shit out of this $95 million first and then split it.
to be running on winter tires, which, while costing around £4,400, hugely boost grip and handling in icy conditions. Ryan's property development business then dissolved, which was accompanied by a divorce from his wife and the sale of his luxury home. Then, everything. 2 years later, Ryan McGee was pulled over driving an uninsured Ford Focus without a license. However, the most interesting part is that he had to claim legal aid, which is a service for those who are unable to afford a lawyer.
About being on top of the world and then just losing it all. Like, holy
was a complete idiot with his money. However, he still looks like Albert Einstein when compared to Martin Todd. When Martin and his wife Kay won £3 million back in 2001, they didn't go in to claim the prize because, well, they had no idea that they were winners. They'd purchased a ticket in passing, completely forgotten about it, and would only come to realize that they were the winners after hearing about the unclaimed prize over 6 months later. The main problem was that at some point, the ticket had been misplaced or thrown out completely. Despite frantically searching, the pair couldn't find their ticket, but were sure they had won because the jackpot numbers matched the ones they used every week. Computer records in their local Londis proved Kay really had purchased the ticket, and the thrilled pair rushed to tell lottery organizer Camelot to claim their prize. But they fell victim to a little-known rule, stating lost tickets must be reported within 30 days. Damn. After 45 days of deliberation, Camelot told the devastated couple that they would not be collecting the jackpot, and as a result, the couple's marriage eventually came to an end. We'd only known each other for 2 years, and the lottery ordeal quickly highlighted our differences. All we did was bicker. Sadly, both of us agreed we should split, and Kay moved out. Martin seems to have convinced himself that losing the ticket ended up being a good thing, having stated, "For a long time I lost sight of who I was and what I believed in. But I can honestly say I'm glad I didn't get the $3 million now. There is no guarantee it would have brought me happiness, and if there's anyone else who would have agreed with this statement..."
I'm sorry, but I think that's total crock of bullshit. I'm gonna call bullshit on that. Like, cool, you know, whatever. Like, yeah, cool. The whole divorce thing, fine, whatever. You guys figured out that you weren't compatible for each other. Cool, whatever. Cool, you know. But to sit here and say your ass was, like, you're happy that you didn't get $3 million, fuck out of here. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's a crock of bullshit. I don't give a fuck what nobody say. You may realize, or you may be using this whole, like, the money wouldn't have brought me happiness as, like, a way of, like, you know, making it easy to sleep at night, because that would suck ass to know that you won $3 million and you only don't have it because you didn't claim it. That would suck. Like, for anybody. I don't give a fuck who you are, how rich you are, how poor you are. $3 million is $3 million. And the reality is you probably weren't in a situation where, you know what I'm saying, that $3 million would have been like a drop in the bucket. That $3 million probably would have changed a whole lot of things. Maybe it would have made your marriage work. Maybe you'd just be in a better position right now today. Period. You know what I'm saying? Like, I hate when people try to be like, you know, money's not everything about, like, it's not. But at the end of the day, to say that money can't help with your happiness, I think is a false interpretation of what money can actually do for you. Because we're like, let's be real about what money means to us in the world. Like, our whole mentality is built around money. Like, the whole reason why people, in my opinion, when they get money, they don't know what the fuck to do with themselves after getting the money, is because when you don't have money, what are you thinking about 99% of the time? Fucking money. Whether it's you going to work to get money, whether it's you trying to build a business to get money, whether it's you trying to collect your money because somebody owe you some money, like whether you got a bill that you ain't got enough money to pay. Like, money is always on your mind, bro, when you don't have it. So you don't have time to think about shit else. You don't have time to think about how you're going to fucking feel when you don't have to think about money no more. That's like a fucking foreign, that's more foreign for people and more like alien-like for people than like the idea of aliens. Let's be real. It's easier for people to grasp the idea that aliens exist and Sasquatch exists and fucking all this bullshit. Like, we can sit here and grasp all these crazy concepts and shit. But as soon as we fucking come into money, motherfuckers turn fucking back to zero and act like they're on a foreign planet when they get money and they've never had it, and they now have to deal with their own personal lives and selves and see the people around them for what they are. You know what I'm saying? And what they need and love. Like, just because you got money doesn't mean that the people around you got money. You know, that's why they say change the circle up. When, you know what I'm saying? Like, shit, if you the richest motherfucker in the room, you should probably switch up your fucking scenery. You should probably get a new group of people to hang around that is a little bit richer than you so that you are no longer the target. And you know what I'm saying? You can learn something about yourself and learn more about how to deal with this money and all these situations that are going to arise because of this newfound wealth. But yeah, I don't know. That's just my whole take on that shit. I'm not saying that I'm money fucking like driven, but I'm money driven. You know, I find ways to motivate myself outside of money. You know, my kids motivate me. My wife motivates me. My family in general can motivate me. Like, I have friends that will motivate me. You know what I'm saying? Y'all motivate me. Like, you know, let me be real. Like, shit, I got people and things and, you know, individuals around that I could get motivation from. But goddamn, I ain't gonna lie that I'm about to, shit, nigga, I'm money motivated too. Shit, goddamn it, money helps me pay my bills, helps me feed me and my kids and my wife. Like, money keeps gas in my car so I can go do shit. Whether it's spend money with my family to do fun stuff and make memories, or, you know, spend money to go make my money. You know what I'm saying? Like, what, you know what I mean? Hey. That's just the way the fucking world works. And I ain't gonna be naive and act like I would be like happy that I didn't get my $3 million. Like, come on, bro. Like, that sounds fucking wild.
It definitely would have been the most miserable lottery winner of all time, William Post. When William won a $16.2 million jackpot back in 1988, he had just $2.46 in his bank account and was able to purchase the lucky ticket by selling a ring for $40 to a local pawn shop. This, in conjunction with the time he'd spent in jail for cashing invalid checks, highlighted William Post's awful money management skills and acted as foreshadowing for how poorly his lottery win was eventually going to be spent. Only 84 days after receiving the $16.2 million, William Post had spent the entire fortune on a boat, a lease for a restaurant.
Bruh, I'm about to go back so we can read that. Did you see? Nigga, what?
William Post had spent the entire fortune.
Only 84 days. Holy, hold up. 84 days after receiving $16.2 million. This is the biggest lottery winner we've had in this whole video. And that's the shortest amount of time that any of them managed to suspend all their money. $16.2 million gone in 2.5 months. Buddy didn't even make it a half a year. Buddy didn't even have a year goal. Buddy didn't know what he was going to do past the summer. Buddy said, fuck it. 16.2 mil? Oh, I'm gonna kill myself. Like, that's what he said, basically. Was like, I ain't gonna live to spend all this. And just started spending that shit. And then realized, holy shit, I am gonna live to spend all this shit. The fuck was I doing? Like, holy.
Boat, a lease for a restaurant in Florida, a used car lot, as well as a private jet.
Yeah,
however, even after all of the money had been spent, Post took on a further $500,000 loan to purchase a mansion in Oil City, Pennsylvania. The problem was that William hadn't actually purchased the original ticket himself and had rather given the money to his girlfriend who had bought the winning ticket for him. Because of this, she was able to successfully sue him for 1/3 of the winnings, meaning that Post now owed $5.4 million to his ex-girlfriend from the $16.2 million that he no longer had. Since Post was unable to make this payment, the judge ordered that his bank account be frozen until he was able to come up with the money. However, before he was able to sell enough stuff to pay the $5.4 million, William was arrested and ordered to serve a 6 to 24 month prison term for an assault charge from 6 years prior. Toward the end of his life, Post was on his 7th marriage with over $1 million in debt and was getting by on food stamps at a job paying $450 per month. However, William Post still doesn't have the craziest lottery win story of all time.
What? How?
That title goes to Andrew Jackson Whitaker, whose life would change forever after winning $315 million back in 2002. Unlike
Holy shit. $314 million, nigga. Fuck it, we can round up because he got that 314.9. This motherfucker made 315 million, fuck thousand, $315 million, bro. Holy shit. Nigga, I gotta roll up for this shit. Hold the fucking on. How? Okay. $16.2 million in 84 days was fucking wild. That's wild, bro. But this motherfucker right here, he could have spent $20 million. Let's think about this. He could have spent $20 million and still been too fucking rich. And just like, what were you good? Like, what could you fucking buy? How many fucking houses could you honestly need to own? Like, I get, okay, let's say you want to do real estate, you're going to do that, you're buying houses, and you're like, okay, cool. The reality is hopefully you're buying these real estate and all these houses because they're going to potentially make you money, right? Like, that's the idea. Whether you're doing rentals or you plan on flipping the houses or you're just holding and selling, like, whatever. I'm just so flabbergasted. Like, how the fuck do you spend over $300 million, bro? How long did it take this?
115 million back in 2002. Unlike almost everyone else in this video, Whitaker was actually quite successful prior to winning the lottery, having built up a net worth of over 17 million with the assistance of his construction company. And while this would imply that he was in a position to manage a large lottery win, this isn't what would happen. Whitaker instantly donated 10% of the winnings to churches, Christian groups, and spent a further $14 million establishing the Jack Whitaker Foundation, which provided free food and clothing for low-income families in West Virginia.
Obviously, you're doing God's work with all this money.
Yes, I am. I'm helping a lot of people, and I plan to help a lot more.
He then drove back to the convenience store where he had purchased the ticket before giving the clerk a $44,000 check, a $123,000 house, and a brand new Jeep Cherokee, which was followed by Whitaker buying himself a Lamborghini, in which he'd drive around his neighborhood throwing money out of the window. After flaunting this wealth, his Lamborghini was broken into, where thieves stole $545,000 in cash. However, this apparently wasn't much of a wake-up.
Who the fuck cat? Why? I mean, okay, look, we see rappers carrying around, you know, tens of thousands, even hundreds of thousands, and we've even seen, you know, certain athletes like Floyd Mayweather and, you know, rappers like fucking Tekashi 6ix9ine flaunting $1 million in a duffel bag, right? We've seen this. We know that it's possible. We know we've seen it. We've seen it. But why the fuck would you just be a regular ass, random ass person with $500,000 sitting in the back of a Lamborghini that obviously was just parked in like a driveway or some shit, because these motherfuckers was very easily able to break into it and still a shit ton of money? Like, that's a whole come up. You changed somebody's whole life,
resulting in the loss of a further $200,000 cash. Jack Whitaker's granddaughter passed away. His daughter then passed away, which was followed by a divorce with his wife.
And now you've lost your granddaughter. You're about to be divorced from your wife. Where does this ever end?
Leading him to state that he had lost everything.
I pretty much lost everything I held dear in my life.
You got lots of money.
Money has never meant anything to me. You have to have money to exist in this world, but money doesn't rule the world. Money is not what makes people happy.
And that he wished he had never purchased the lottery ticket in the first place.
My wife had said she wished that she had torn the ticket up. Well, I wish that we had torn the ticket up too. I just don't like what I've become.
See, but that's his own fault though. Like, for me, I can't feel bad. Like, I can feel bad because I know he was just trying to help people. But again, when you win a bunch of money, like, that's the other side of the destructiveness of winning a shit ton of money, is when you just feel so obligated to help people who are less fortunate. But sometimes you have to remember, some people are just less fortunate because they don't have the drive in life to change their own circumstances. And that's okay. Like, that's not your fault or your problem to fix. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's like that Captain Save-A-Ho syndrome. You know what I'm saying? And some people kind of get that or already have that syndrome, you know, where they just like to be giving and help, which, you know, is a natural thing for humans to do. But you have to also know the limit. You got to know when to draw the line in the sand and be like, yeah, all right, cool. I give enough. I do my part. You know what I'm saying? And know when you just need to not focus on trying to change everybody around you's fucking life, bro. Some people need to learn how to change their own life. That's just facts. Because shit, some people ain't gonna know what to do with the money if you all of a sudden was like, here's $1 million, and they would just go blow that shit. And you know what I'm saying? Like shit, like, oh boy, $16.2 million in 18 or 84 days. Like, what the fuck? That's fucking wild. Anyways, let's go find something else to watch. That shit's crazy, bro. I just don't even know what to say about that shit. I am just like so, I'm so taken back. What would you guys do if you won a shit ton of money? Like, you're gonna be selfish? You're gonna be overly giving? You're gonna be like, what are you gonna be, bro? I think I would be like giving, but I would be selfish enough to know that like I'm gonna use this money to change lives in a way that like is beneficial to everybody, like where I'm making money and like the way that I'm changing people